Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you all. The mercy and the blessings be upon you all. We're thankful to be here on the 34th annual Mosque annual Muslim convention. We greet you all the degrees of peace. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Imam Mujahid Mohammed.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I am Marsha Nivins. Congratulations to the Mosqueers on your 34th annual Muslim convention. We are so honored to be a part of this, and we're excited to be able to showcase young adults in action in our Muslim communities.
Just a little bit of backstory of myself and Sister Marsha. We do a lot of things in our community. She mentioned over the decades of our community's history, but in the last few years, her and myself, we've been working together with the New Freedom Exchange Show. Some of you all may be familiar with that. We were honored to have the President Mohammed II on with us sometime either earlier this year or last year, and also countless other members of our community that we highlight on our show. Our other co-host is Imam Bilal Hassan. But also what we have is we have a nonprofit called New Freedom Works. And then underneath that, we do quite a few other things in our community. That's a little bit about myself and her and our commitment to our community's progress. And so we reached out to quite a few young adults throughout the community that responded either through audio or video. And so we're going to just highlight each one. And then after each one, we're going to build upon the conversation. So we offered all of the young people that we reached out to answer the question, first to tell us a little bit about themselves and what they're working on. And then we also asked them from their perspective in relation to the theme of believers working together for a better world. We asked them to answer that question from their perspective. And one of the things that he started off with was we have to be patient. And I know among the many things that are tempting us in this world as young and older believers, is things at fast pace, things to get what we want quickly and without extra effort and thought. And so for a young person to acknowledge that patience is a virtue, as we are taught, it carries over to today. And so that's what I took away from what he expressed.
We wanted to be able to highlight in this young adult showcase is that there are young adults working together on different projects throughout our community, as well as other members of the community, not just our young adults. And we also want to be able to promote and highlight where there is room for intergenerational collaboration to work together.
I want to let the audience know that they have the vision. These youth, Brother MujahidDeen and Sister Marsha, they have the understanding of the direction that this community, the soul, they're on the pulse and the soul of the community. And that is a great blessing to us as, members of this legacy, to know that we're in good hands. Yeah. And I say that wholeheartedly. I'm not trying to shine y'all on, but I know MujahidDeen, and I know if you with him, you with him. Yeah. Okay.
We appreciate that too. I mean, one of the things that we sort of really emphasize in our work is being able to pull in as many young adults to highlight on a national stage as possible.
So here's our dear brother, our co-worker, our co-host. He's also our financial CFO, trustworthy brother, Imam Bilal Hassan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Imam Bilal Hassan. I am from Queens, New York. I am the executive producer for New Freedom Exchange Show. I am the Chief Financial Officer of Prosperity Marketplace Exchange and also Co-Executive Director for New Freedom Works. I am also an Organics Recovery Coordinator for Big Reuse, New York City Compost Project, and also the Director of Mentoring for United Black Men of Queens Foundation, Incorporated. I would like to congratulate the Mosqueers, Ministry of Imam Mohammed, for the continuation of the annual Muslim convention. We are celebrating 34 years, alhamdulillah. We thank Allah for our leadership and our tradition that spans 90 years of collective history within this community. So we're thankful to Allah. In reference to the question, how do I see believers working together, which is the theme from a Muslim young adult perspective. I believe trust is a major factor in working together, in building a sustainable relationship. That no solid relationship is built upon not having trust. And I think as the more seasoned generation, or our elders, pioneers, and the young adults can really benefit from trusting each other, can really also benefit from learning from each other, listening to each other. There is wisdom in the tradition of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in how he dealt with his companions, how he listened to his companions, how he provided insight on questions, and how also they trusted the Prophet's vision and his leadership. And that, yes, there are times of trials and tribulations that the Prophet and his companions went through together in their effort to establish al-Islam. However, what binded them together is, of course, the faith, our practice, and our belief system, but also that trust that comes about when you work together, and when you put egos, you put desires for leadership or desires for the limelight aside, and that you focus on the mission. And the mission is building sustainable communities, building healthy families, establishing businesses, etc., and establishing centers of education that are sustainable. So trust, I believe, is a major factor. Listening to each other, not speaking over each other, not trying to get the last word over each other, is part of how we can build a relationship between the generations to continue to work towards the common goal that we are all working towards, which is the major goal, which is continuing to build and foster al-Islam here on the shores of North America. And inshallah, Allah will bless us to get there together and be a model for the world. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.